All right, what's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Armani. We're back with another video. Get in here, get in here. It's a lot going on. Listen, there was some more topics I wanted to do today, but I just felt like I needed to put my pink coat on with the pink lights. Because, baby, the girls is at war. My goodness. Everybody versus Nicki Minaj. Because it's just like, girl, at this point, it's just so much going on. This is juice, by the way. So we're just gonna get into it. Over the past few weeks, obviously we've had the Jay-Z, then we had SZA, we've had Cardi B, now we've got Keisha Kaur. We've had a plethora of different people from every style of music, influencer, hip hop, Democrats, Republicans. It's just been a circus. And so the latest in the news, Nicki Minaj is coming at the Breakfast Club. Now, for the life of me, here's the thing. The Breakfast Club is going to keep doing what they're doing. I know you guys saw the clips. They had Gucci Mane on there to promote his book, and they talked about his schizophrenia. They also had Keisha Kaur, his wife, up there. And before I get into all of that, the Breakfast Club is going to continue to do their thing because Nicki Minaj continues to respond to them, and it gives their show ratings. They continue to trend every time they mention her, so I don't see them stopping. They don't really care about the Nicki Minaj relationship. They care about the numbers, and she brings the ratings and she brings the numbers. So to think that they're going to stop, or to think that they give a damn about the false press, the negative press, you guys are just out of your mind. They're actually probably sitting back, eating it up, and the producers and the people behind the scenes are loving it. Okay? I just want to throw that out there. Now, Now let's get to it. So apparently Gucci Mane was up on the Breakfast Club promoting, his book and things that he had going on. And, it was a lot of talk about mental health and schizophrenia. And so, and also on top of that, they were talking about how Gucci Mane does not really get a lot of the support from artists that he helped bring into the music industry. In so many words, Keisha Kaur chimed in and said that she wishes that some of these artists would, say Gucci Mane's name and give him the proper respect, even if it was at an award show. Just say his name. They don't acknowledge the things that he has done for them, right? And the Breakfast Club was saying some things, in regards to, Gucci Mane, kind of like, does he ever, as he was dealing with his schizophrenia and his mental health, does he notice other artists when they're online tweeting and going off? Can he identify a schizophrenic episode? And has he ever reached out to those artists? And he said no, he wouldn't reach out to those artists because, they're not ready to accept the help, and they probably don't want to acknowledge that they have a problem. And so people online were feeling like, and I feel like Nicki felt this way too, a couple of things. First of all, Keisha Kaur, you're trying to, because I have acknowledged Gucci Mane. That's number one. But then two, she felt like, and if you're listening, if you're watching the show, it almost felt like the Breakfast Club, they were talking and interviewing Gucci Mane with somebody else in mind. So they didn't just say Nicki, but the artists that they were talking about, they were guiding the questions and having the conversation, with artists and hip hop and mental illness and schizophrenia with Nicki on the mind. You get what I'm saying? And so if you were really paying attention, you could kind of gather, like, girl, they're kind of angling this towards Nicki Minaj a little bit. So because that's the latest thing that we've had, and I just thought it was a bit ironic that, all of a sudden, we're up having conversations about mental health and schizophrenia. 2-3 weeks after Cardi B put a schizophrenic jacket on Nicki. Thought that was very interesting. Nicki responded. Okay. So this is what she responded. Let's get into it. Um, Gucci's wife has been trying to be me for years, been dying for the spotlight for years. She's there to keep Gucci sedated. Gucci hates Deborah Etney. They don't want Deb around. She's around me now. Charlemagne the Fraud, Jay-Z's friend and business associate, using iHeartRadio for these disgusting ploys against innocent families. He was around Wendy before her life went to hell. The buck stops here, baby. Bookmark this tweet. Y'all really do not understand who I really am. Bring it. Let's play. Y'all want attention? Let's do it. LAPD, where's the evidence of my home being swatted with a toddler inside 4 times? Guns drawn. Republic Records, stand up for me any day now. So this is a loaded message. Nicki Minaj, after you decoding the message, what I'm hearing from her is saying, listen, there's a bigger picture here. Charlemagne, the Breakfast Club, you guys don't like me. You strategically had, Gucci Mane up here to discuss his book with an undertone of guiding it towards me without saying it, right? Also, what's going on with the fact that I've been swatted multiple times? No one has done anything about it. No people have been caught. And at this point, I'm not going to back down. Charlemagne, you have a relationship with Jay-Z, and I feel like you don't like me. I don't like you. So we're going to so this war is still on. And I feel like she feels that, Keisha Kaur, you want to be me. You want to be an it girl, a hot girl. And how dare you go and act like you are the face and the voice for mental health and mental health advocacy. Is that how you say it? Oh, God. Oh, shit. Maybe I'm having a little episode. So when Keisha Kaur made those statements about, none of the women, nobody's standing up for her. And, DJ Envy couldn't wait to say Nicki Minaj's name. I think that triggered Nicki. So let's get into actually what was said, because there's also proof that Nicki did, in fact, shout Gucci Mane out at an award show. But let's just take a little clip.
All those artists did come back and do songs with me. You know what I'm saying?
But when you were down, did they help?
They did.
They don't acknowledge him. He doesn't care or feel that way, but from the outside looking in, they should acknowledge him,
I feel like Gucci gets looked at as a hip hop pillar, though. I feel like he's.
He should.
So here's the thing.
So I'm just gonna name them really quick. will.i.am, Fergie, Taylor Swift, who had a huge part in the success of Super Bass. Elton John recently, but he's an icon. Christina Aguilera, Ciara, Alicia Keys, Mary J. Blige, Keisha Cole, Gucci Mane.
All right,
so she said Gucci Mane right there at an award show. There's also a resurfaced clip of Deb Atney. Deb, she's basically saying why she was frustrated, or her feelings were hurt with Nicki for actually giving Gucci Mane credit. Let's talk about it.
You know what hurt me? Gucci couldn't stand her. He didn't like Nicki.
Why?
Because he couldn't fuck her. He didn't like her.
Right.
But for you to give these big ups to this shit that he did, that shit was crazy. He didn't do nothing for you. He didn't even like her. He had a fit when I had him getting on a record. But I wanted all of them to work together like they all have, because we're a family. Right. So we all have to be together. It can't be any of these.
Also, Nicki Minaj took to to Twitter Spaces last night, and she kind of was also talking about the fact that there's a lot of blogs and podcasters and people that are not really taking up for her and not really standing in solidarity with her, and that one day they too will fight against the machine, and they too will need people to stand with them, and she and her people will remain quiet. I want you guys to remember that, because that's important. Nicki Minaj went on Spaces. She thanked Tasha K. Let me play that where she thanked Tasha K for helping her out. This is important because she was very clear on the fact that a lot of people have not been helping her. Let's see.
And thank you to and shout out to Brooke. You guys, we love Brooke. Thank you, Tasha K, for helping us. The other day talking.
So right now, Tasha K is heavily in bed with Nicki, which I think is very interesting because that just goes to show that Nicki don't fool with Ra. Because Tasha K drags Ra Ali all day, every day. I want to find this live, though. I want to find this live where she was talking about people supporting her the other day. Hold on, let me see. Do I have it? Hold on. Hold on, I'm listening. One second. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. I don't know exactly where it's at. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Mm. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. I found it. Give me 1 second. Boom. This comes from Onika's Live. She does Nikki Spaces all the time. Okay, so boom.
Tag, you're it. You see, what they don't even realize in quadrillion dollars to live my life like that. Sit on a podcast tomorrow.
Here we go.
And there are other people I've warned about things. And they know. Because it's happened. Ask yourself, how scared do niggas gotta really be to sit on a podcast tomorrow and pretend they don't see what they see?
Mm.
My goodness. You couldn't pay me $1 billion quadrillion to live my.
How many people are going to sit on their podcast tomorrow and pretend to not see what they see? How many people are going to be afraid to go against the machine is what she's saying.
My life like that.
For the money.
Just imagine what they don't even realize that they're next up.
Mm.
There's a person with a blog right now that doesn't know. Tag, you're it.
Mm.
You see, because sometimes the very same thing that make you laugh and make you motherfucking cry. Yitty. You see, so some of these people who will remain quiet now, they will need our voices one day, and we will remain quiet then.
Mm. They will need our voices one day, but we will remain quiet then. You see, the people, what she's saying is the people that are not sticking up for me, going to bat against the machine, speaking out, you will be next. And when you are, we will be quiet. I want you guys to remember that once I give my take. I'm just giving you guys all the receipts right now. And then, girl, I'm going to give you my thoughts. So that's that. I guess I'm going to give them my thoughts right now. The issue with that for me is, like I was telling everybody last night when we did our Spaces stream, in my opinion, I think that Nicki, if she wants the people to support her, because a lot of her fans were like, she don't need nobody, she don't want nobody, that's BS. You literally just heard her say it. She's wanting support, and she's feeling like, nigga, if y'all don't support me, back me, when y'all day come, I'm not supporting you. But the problem is, people still are, there's some relationships that have been burnt, and some people feel as though supporting her isn't really worth it. The value in supporting her has to feel worth it to the person, whatever that means. So if there's a rebuilding of that relationship that needs to happen, she needs to do that so that she can get more people on her side to support her. Because now that they have tried to, first they were labeling her crazy or a drug addict, right? With coke and pills. And that's different, because I see a lot of people saying, oh, they've been calling her that. No, they've been saying that she was high. The new thing is going now is the schizophrenic jacket that Cardi B has placed on top of her. Everybody was getting mad at me because I said that happened, and said all of a sudden I'm pushing this narrative. No, you dumbasses. I'm not pushing a narrative. Wake up and smell the coffee. We have to have the real conversation here. And the real conversation is, at some point, Nicki Minaj will have to and will address and clear up or hold Cardi B accountable for such a defamatory statement that is actually inadvertently affecting her business and her brand. Because now every day she's feeling like she's having to defend it, to a point now where she's feeling like radio stations are subconsciously taking jabs at her and her mental health. And now that's a whole conversation. Every time she tries to tweet, or every time she tries to get a message across about something that she's going through in the industry, people now dilute that messaging to, oh, she's mentally ill. Don't believe me? Let's go back to Twitter. This was the basis of my whole point. The Breakfast Club responded to Nicki Minaj today. And this is what they said. This was the most important part for me at the end. Hold on, let me get it right here.
They stand for her.
So that goes to show you what the undertone was, because even Charlamagne said, I thought it was ironic that she responded to this interview, and then they went into this whole spiel of how they really feel. They all think, and there's no shade, that she's mentally ill, and they're pushing that onto their millions of listeners. So this is why it's important, if there isn't a mental illness there, that it be addressed. And this is why it's important the conversations get addressed and they be talked about. This is not about pushing an agenda for me. I don't give a either way. But it's more, see, I think a lot of people get confused because they were on my page saying, Armand, you're pushing an agenda. Here's the thing, and I was trying to explain this to the other people last night on my spaces. I don't get anything for going left or right with Nicki Minaj. I'm in the middle. I'm not beefing with her, and I'm not in bed with her. I don't have a dog in the fight either way. I'm the liaison from the general public to the fans. So if you're not in Twitter land and in Gag City, you're not gonna see everything. If you're only living there, you're not gonna be thinking with the clearest and the most open mind. I can post something on Twitter and it's gonna be barb flooded. You post the same thing on my Instagram page, Those are more people from every side, everywhere. And what they're saying is, she's crazy. She's schizo. She's a mean girl. And so what needs to happen is that conversation needs to start shifting a little bit, because more of the general public are buying into this new narrative. And Nicki said it out of her own mouth. She already feels like she has a lack of support from media. So there is some things that she needs to do so that she can get some more media allies. Yes, it's great that she has Tasha K, but she needs a few more. It is what it is. And I think a lot of her fans were getting upset with me because they don't want to hear the truth. This is not about whether or not she's schizophrenic or not. It's the fact that the label has been placed, and the lie, if it is a lie, is more entertaining than the truth. And at some point, she should at least address it. And I believe that she will. It's no different than, you know, how people will put SA allegations on a person. Even if that person didn't do the assault, the mere fact that you put an allegation like that on somebody can really ruin somebody's career and leave a nasty stain. And that's all I'm saying here. We cannot allow this narrative to keep getting pushed and pushed and pushed if it's not true. Okay, so today has been an eventful day on Twitter. Going back to Keisha Kaur. So people are saying, well, Keisha Kaur never wanted to be Nicki Minaj. Keisha Kaur never wanted to be Nicki Minaj. Oh, the barbs didn't stop. They started then pulling up pictures and collages of every time Keisha Kaur tried to mimic a Nicki Minaj look. Down to the custom Met Gala look. Here in the left corner in the yellow. They even got photos of her fanned out dancing on stage with Nicki Minaj. Shortly after Keisha Kaur is said posting on her Instagram with Cardi B in the caption,
Richie, base extra, large, 7.
Pretty ironic, right? I don't know. People been saying that Keisha Kaur has been posting Cardi B, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It feels like a lot of people always go over to Cardi B side once they decide that they hate Nicki. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it just kind of is what it is. You know, and you know, for Cardi B, I would kind of hate that because it feels like she's never chosen first, always chosen last or second. It's like, oh, I'm gonna piss Nicki off now. I'm gonna go to Cardi B side. But they always end up, you know, wanting Nicki first. Then whatever happens, happens, and then they go over to the Cardi B side. Because people say she's been posting Cardi B, she's been posting Cardi B. Well, we also saw pictures from years ago where she's been dressing like Nicki and she was on stage with Nicki, dancing with Nicki. So clearly something happened a while ago behind the scenes, and there was no more Keisha Kaur, or whatever her name is, and all of a sudden now she's the biggest Cardi B fan. Bullshit. You get what I'm saying? Also, they dug up a mental health consultant booking sheet for Keisha Kaur. Apparently, she's offering mental health services for a whopping $525 per hour. Nothing off limits. You or your family member struggling with bipolar disorder, mental health issues, relationship, mindset, body, goals, confidence. If you need clarity, Keisha is listening and can keep it real with you. Book a session for $525 per hour. Are you booking Keisha Kaur's mental health strategy session. Why am I hearing that Keisha KR is charging people $525 to consult on mental health issues? She is not licensed or qualified to speak on mental illness. This is dangerous and irresponsible. Mental health support requires real credentials. Report her now. So I was laying down and I got a DM. Let me see. From a female rapper. I can't say who. I said I wouldn't say who. But they wanted to chime in, but they felt like they couldn't post on my page. So this is what they said. I was going to comment, but I don't think I want to be in this. But don't you think it's odd that Nicki is thanking Tasha K? I'm trying to read without saying too much. She has said Nicki was in debt and was touring for free. My thing is with Nicki, she did this to herself, riding waves and clout chasing, like everybody else did, and it bit her in the ass. Just think about it. She let it control her narrative. Now she's mad. She agreed to do motorsport with the same chick she's saying can't rap, and she shouldn't be in our culture. Well, why did you do the song with her? You pushed her agenda, and now you're mad. With Megan, you ran up behind Meg, not knowing about her, just riding the wave. How you do a song with JT after she disses the out of you? Because of Little Baby and P? Even Ice Spice. She didn't stand on her own like she could have, and she overlooked a few of us that she could have worked with and respected her. She helped Gotti, and as soon as he got a female artist, he took her over there to fake like she Cardi B cousin on tour with Megan Thee Stallion. Wow. She did this to herself. I don't give a what nobody say. All this dear aspiring artist, nothing you could have controlled the narrative. Nicki, instead, you got controlled. Okay, I'm not gonna read that right. Oh, and let's not forget Sexy Red. She ran over there to do Pound Town so motherfucking fast. And you telling me Sexy Red is considered a real rapper, Armand? Come on, man. Boosie voice. She did it because of Drake, just like Ice Spice. I can bet my last dollar if any nigga she slightly respects does a song with me today or starts managing me, she'll be reaching out to work too. Ooh. Ooh. Ciao. Ciao. Nicki got the girls talking. It's a lot going on. A lot of people are feeling a lot of different ways. It's just a lot of things happening. It's a lot of moving parts. Nicki Minaj has since released that she will be doing a station, not a station, a Queen Radio on Spaces. I think this will be a special one because it's scheduled. Queen Radio on Spaces tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to get into it. So here's my overall take with this situation. Y'all know my two favorite celebrities in the world, Wendy Williams and Nicki Minaj. Love them down. I hope that we wrap up whatever this is selfishly for me, because going into the Nicki Minaj #6 era, I don't want them to be deeming her and putting this on her. This is a little bit similar to the Queen era, but the Queen era, it was more like this bitter. She didn't want other girls to come out. I don't want them to try to make it seem like she's just so, crazy and aloof. And, and here's the thing. I don't think Nicki is crazy. And I think that when you go against the grain and you don't do what people want you to do, and you kind of, let's be clear here. We gotta talk facts, right? She's got a bit of a God complex. She'll tell you to go fuck yourself. So she's a little rude. She's a diva. So you couple that with them not wanting to go along with the rules, people try to control you and they try to take you out of here. But it's the game of the industry. So I don't believe that she's crazy, but I just think that she didn't. I think for people, they're like, well, you didn't kiss the ring. And she doesn't have to kiss the ring. But when you don't kiss the ring, you have to have allies. You can't go against the grain and nobody to support you. So all I'm saying is she's got to make peace with some more allies so people can actually advocate for her outside of her fan base. Nicki Minaj will always be who she is because one thing that she has is the barbs. Lucky for her, she has her fan base to rely on when all else fails. But for these bigger conversations and these bigger moves, she needs some players in the game. Her fans can only do so much. They can keep her afloat, but she's going to look like she's out there by herself against the industry and her peers. So I feel like she's going to have to play a little bit more of a strategic game and start getting more alliances within the industry. People that will stick their neck out for her. People that don't see her as a mean girl. People that don't see her as rude. Because the battle she's fighting is she's speaking truth to power, but then there's a little bit of her history of having or being mean. So now when you need help over here, people are feeling like they don't want to help you because they feel like, girl, you're a bitch. So she's got to find her footing. And a lot of people were upset that we were talking about, oh, you're pushing this narrative, Vermont. It's not about me pushing the narrative. But did you not see what they did to Britney Spears? Did you not see how they slipped Wendy Williams into a conservatorship and she has been lost forever? They tried to get Kanye West. If enough people keep trying to put this on you, coupled with the online presentation, it can get dangerous. This is why it's important to address these things, because I would be devastated if they tried to slip Nicki into some type of conservatorship. Does that make sense? But at the same time, who better to stand up to power than a Nicki Minaj? She has nothing to lose. But she has all the talent and she has a dedicated fan base. See, your average celebrity, your average artist, they can't do this because they don't have the fans to back them up. So she should be thanking God every day for the fans that she has. Because if she didn't have the barb, she would be finished. But it's not just the barbs alone. Nicki Minaj is an immaculate talent. So because she's so talented and because she has such a dedicated fan base, she can kind of go out there and say, fuck it, balls to the wall. But there does come a point in time where even that you still feel a little bit by yourself and it gets frustrating. So I just hope that she starts to, get some allies that are wanting to go to bat for her and, rebuild some bridges that, may have been burned. Now, I'm not saying she needs to go sit up at the Breakfast Club, but she needs to build a team of people that understand, that are not afraid to go against the grain with her. So, and here's the thing though. I'll be honest. Nicki says a lot of stuff that we may not get right away. But I can't lie. Eventually, it may not even be this year, it may not be next year, but you be like, oh my God, Nicki said that. It does come to pass at some point. It does come to pass at some point. So I don't think the woman is crazy. I just think a lot of people don't like her. And she don't have enough allies. And I think that when it comes to the media, they've picked a strategic enemy. And Nicki Minaj is a good enemy to have because she's the bad guy. She's not going to do a lot of interviews. She's not going to sit with you. She's going to be rude a little bit. She's a diva. So, you know what? Let's drag her. She ain't coming up to the Breakfast Club. Her. Cardi B will come up here. So we'll give her grace. Nicki's not coming. So there's no grace. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's biased. And everybody's about their opportunities and their coin. It's give and take. So we will see. But I'm gonna bring some people on right now, and we're gonna talk about it. Somebody said, so am I. Everyone has their biases. Everyone in the chat has their biases. Everybody's biased. Every single person is biased. Okay, so click the link if you guys want to come on and chat. So let's see, we got a caller. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so sorry I'm driving, but I have a question. I think it's really interesting how like the industry is turning into like this like huge conspiracy theories or theory thing with Nicki, like talking about Jay-Z and talking about how Cardi has this and that and the third. But whatever happened to Nicki's whole just rapping thing? Like, why do you feel like she has to like expose the industry in order to talk about rapping? Or do you feel like she's kind of like, to your point, being set up and like pigeonholed to release things? It just seems like, to your point, she's not crazy, but it's like, why is it all just seeming to like come to a spearhead now, I guess? Or why does it feel like she's just like unloading so much? And then even with like, sorry to ramble, but then even with like Drake, I just feel like it's something to like the people that like can stand on their own and their own celebrity and garner their own revenue, I guess, to your point. It's just interesting how just all of this is like true, but then like a conspiracy. I don't know.
Well, I think the point, I think it gets to a point if we've all worked jobs, right? So this is her job, this is her career. So imagine being at work and somebody keeps playing in your face all the time, whatever it is, whether it's, you know, and you just have to keep playing the game and keep playing the game and keep playing the game. But you know, on the back end, they keep trying you, and it's like you get fed up because it's affecting your productivity. It's affecting your work and your output. You don't even want to work anymore. So, you know, she said she didn't want to release music. It's been affecting her tours. So there's a lot of things on the back end, and there's money involved. But you get to a point where it's like, I want to speak out. And, you know, everybody can't do that. I think she's at a point where she can. I mean, and I use me as an example all the time. Just building my YouTube channel and going through the ranks. I can't speak out and tell you guys every time someone has tried me and everything I'm going through, because you know why? You guys are not going to hear me. You guys are not going to believe me. You know, literally, I've had these people recording my phone calls, and somehow this woman is justified. So those are the games you play. Like that, that's just what happens. And you get frustrated because it's like people behind the scenes really try to take you out. And then it's just like, you're feeling like you're yelling into a wall because it's like, bitch, do y'all not see this?
Oh, yeah.
And because people have a celebrity bias or a fame bias or a money bias, they may turn the other way depending on who you're speaking out against. If they feel that that person, aka Jay-Z and Nicki's situation, has more money, opportunities, and are better connected, why would I go and speak out on the behalf of Nicki Minaj? I'm going to shut up and eat my food because, girl, you ain't Jay-Z, and I'm still building. You got what you got, and I don't really like you like that anyway. And so, girl, I'm not finna mess up my relationship with Jay-Z and Beyonce. I may want to perform at the Super Bowl one day. I may want a Jay-Z interview. I don't know. I may need that alliance. Nicki, you're not seeming like a person that I would rather, you know, like I would really benefit from having an alliance with.
Yeah. So you're saying that Nicki's sick of the games behind the scenes.
Yeah.
She just wants to release music. So what would your last question? What would your, like, since you've been through it and you feel like you've like worked through it, what would your advice, like genuine human to human advice, Nicki, be like, listen, this is what I think you should do instead of going this route? Because I just feel like this route, it's, to your point, it's a dead end and it's a dead issue and no one's gonna rally behind her. So it's like, what would you advise her to do to feel
I think
heard,
at this point, she said what she said, and I think that, you know, we roll it into some sort of documentary. Like she does. I wouldn't just do a whole sit down right now and just start addressing the rumors, but maybe, you know, you put this into your documentary and you story tell it. You know what I mean? And address it that way and make it a part of the album. But at some point, just go mute on it and handle the things you need to handle behind the scenes legally, if that's what you're going to do, or you address it in like a professional way so that it's consumed where people actually are listening, because it's something about a message like this that needs to be packaged a certain kind of way for people to really take it serious. Because as of right now, people are not taking it serious.
No, because the messenger is like just yelling at people and being super vulgar and derogatory. So yeah, I get you. That's valid. Okay.
All right, thanks, boy. Got to take another call. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Kelly, talk to me.
Hey, Armand, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm such a big fan of the show.
Thank you.
A couple things. Who wrote you that DM? What female
Girl,
rapper?
I'm not going to tell
Give
you.
us a clue.
Bye. Cassandra, talk to me.
Hello, Armand.
Hey.
All right, I have to say this, right? Because it seems like Nicki, why can't we just hold Nicki accountable for her own actions and everything she's like lashing out on Twitter? It seems like it also is a cry for help. But at the same time, the industry has said like she's difficult to work with, she's a bitch and all of that. And then why do we always have to compare, like when we're talking about her, Cardi B comes up and things of that nature? Because it seems like she's having a crash out moment. And why do we have to feel like everything she's saying is true?
I mean, you don't, but you're not, because like you said, The problem that Nicki is facing right now, even if it is true, there's people like you, which is totally valid, that don't feel that way because of the past that people have already labeled her as toxic. So she hasn't even fixed that. So you have that, and then you have this new thing, and they merged it together to make a bigger thing. The problem is people don't see Nicki Minaj as a victim. And she needs to be seen as a victim a little bit. The reason why you can see Megan Thee Stallion could, sleep with her best friend's man and do all kind of crazy shit and then come out with a sympathy wig and, power to black women is because she knew how to victimize herself. The reason why you can see Cardi B talking crazy as hell to people, threatening, getting people jumped, actually getting convicted of that, then having her on the phone threatening.
And I'm not saying what she did either was right.
No, let me finish. Having threatening Ice Spice's man and Ice Spice to have them beat up, and then she goes, then the radio doesn't even address that. They skip over that and address something that Lotto said because she knows how to play the game.
And I understand that.
She knows how to become a victim.
If we're gonna stay on one topic, let's just stay on the Nicki, right? Like I understand the narrative.
You brought it up. We're not staying on. I'm giving you an example.
I know what you're.
No, you're not even listening.
I am listening.
You're telling me about staying on one topic, and I haven't even finished my point. But you brought it up.
I know what I brought up, but go ahead, Armand.
No, but you didn't want to hear that example because it made sense. I mean, I don't know.
It did make sense. No, I'm saying at the end of the day, I don't stand for what Cardi did either. Nothing that she did was right in that moment. Oh yes, I don't even go there with her either. I don't. But at the same time, Nicki is the one that has been on Twitter for a few weeks now, just crashing out, and it seems like she got the message right. But why are we not getting the message? Because it's like subliminal. Like she has a thing with Jay-Z.
Y'all not getting the message because you don't like her. Because
I don't have a problem with her. I'm here for Nicki.
Well, I'm not saying you, and I'm not saying you literally, but the general public, they see her as a she doesn't have pity. She doesn't have any sympathy. People think that she's a bitch.
Right.
That's why. And then the media, they're not fooling with her.
But why do we think that? Do we think that at the moment, like, can I say this? Like, I feel like once she got into the relationship with Mr. Petty, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like things have went crashing down for her because of his past. So they use his past to like demise her character and stuff like that. Like, it's like they're trying to take her out because she's with this guy. And
I think that's
because
also
I feel
what
like
I think that's what also adds to it. It's like,
yeah,
I think that's what also adds to where people are like, I don't care about her. Like at some point, but it's not just that. It's also,
because we can't take the fact away. She is a good lyricist. She is.
But Nicki also has to take into consideration that, at some point, she didn't do her fullest to rebuild some of the relationships that she may need in war.
Yes. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get with. Yeah, I can hear what you're saying because that's what I'm trying to get down to the nitty gritty. Like, I feel like she burnt a couple of bridges and she's so stuck in her ways that she really might need these people now.
Yes, that's true too. Very much so.
And I wish that someone like in her camp, like that she like respects, could sit her down and tell her, let's get off of social media and let's fix our problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because we know Nicki, she's the greatest. Yes, she is. We will never take that from her. Because I don't care what female artist comes out, they will never be a Nicki, right? Because she kind of opened up the doors and paved the way. Mm-hmm. As much as they want to say it's a Cardi B, it's a Meg, it's definitely not. Okay, so that's where we're gonna stop. I just need someone that's in her camp that, loves her down, to sit her down and say, listen, this is not working. What can we do to fix it?
Yeah, she got it.
So we can make it better, and then we can just be on one wave path with her, and then my sister's back at it again. That's all. But thank you, Armand.
But thank you too, boo. We got a little heated, but you stood in the paint.
It's all right, because it's a Gemini to a Gemini thing. You understand? I'm with it.
I love you, boo. Thanks for calling in. All right. Okay, so let's take another one. Des, talk to me.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, I do want to say that you are like my best friend and you don't even
Oh,
understand.
thank you.
I swear, like every time I'm going through depression, you always come up with a video and it
Period.
snaps me right out of depression. I'm trying not to cry. Um, and I do want to say, like, at first that was all I was gonna say, but then this last caller got me a little bit. Because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I personally go through kind of what Nikki go through, right?
Mhm.
At work, where I say to myself, I don't try to have friends like that. I go to work and after that I want to go home and just do me, whatever. And there are people that'll pick. So when you snap, everyone's thinking you the crazy one. I just disagree with the whole her being crazy because it's like somebody keep kicking your chair, right? When you in school, keep kicking your chair, and you telling everybody, yo, this person kicking my chair. And you snap one day and everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're the problem. And it's just like, no, I'm telling y'all, this person keep messing with me and y'all not understanding. I feel
Yes.
like she's having a moment of like, dude, I'm getting real fed up. I just don't agree with this whole crazy narrative going on. I think that she should sue Cardi. I'm not even gonna lie, because that was a really bad allegation that she put on her. And for Cardi to come out and sue everybody, all she need to taste her own medicine.
Well, to your point, I 100% get it. It's the corporate game. Nikki has to be better at playing that game, and we all have to play the game. If the vice president had to play the corporate game, so does Nicki Minaj. You get what I'm saying? Kamala Harris is literally in the White House playing the game.
I
She
get
even talked
that.
about it in her book, how, they didn't even want to, give her any visibility. They didn't want her to do any speeches. They wouldn't take into consideration any policies that she wanted to put forward. But she had to sit up there and play the game, and it had everybody thinking that she was in the White House for 4 years not doing shit. And
I
now
get
she's
that.
telling all. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
so everyone goes through that, and it gets very frustrating. And it's, first of all, just being a black person in America working, you're going to deal with that. But then it becomes interesting then when you're dealing with it with your peers, right?
Mhm.
But that happens when I feel like money exchange and other people that know how to play the game a little bit better than you. Cardi B is no different than Nicki Minaj. The only thing is she plays the social game better.
That's true. I just it just bothered me because I definitely see like just Cardi picking at people, and she always go like for like little people, and she
Mm-hmm.
don't really come for big people like that. So when she did come for Nikki, I'm like, oh yeah, Nikki, go ahead, take her down. I'm not finna say Nikki crazy or none of that because y'all been attacking her, and it's only her. So I'm just like, okay, like it's you got Megan, you got then Lotto, then you got people just turning on her left to right and oh she crazy and all this other stuff. I just think it's so wrong. And I'm just like I would feel some type of way if everyone gang up on me too.
I would too. And it gets to a point. People are saying, "Well, why is Nikki falling out with everybody?" But it does come a point to where we also have to admit, which a lot of these other girls don't have. For the most part, everybody wants something from Nikki first.
Mhm.
They're not beating down Sexy Red's door. They're not beating down Cardi B's door first. They're not beating that all comes after they get the no. You get
Yeah,
it? And so
I
what ends up happening is they want this thing from Nikki, but she can't really divide all her energy up, or she may just not feel it. And then they feel slighted. And then in walks a Cardi B, or then in walks a Megan Thee Stallion, or in walks anybody else. And then we uplift them because we feel slighted over here.
yeah, I get that. I just feel like Nikki, she probably just longs for more like of a friendship, and these people, they're just like, well, nope, I don't want to just stay over here, and um and kind of, I don't want to use the word kiss the ring, but kiss the ring, like we don't want to stay over here, be stuck over here either. I think they need to kind of come in leading with that and just letting them know like, hey, I just want a business relationship, and that's it, because she thinks that she's gonna get friends. So
Yeah. But I think that's what was important with her and JT. I feel like she wanted more of a friendship, and then she felt like when she wanted to sign her, JT didn't want to sign, so she felt betrayed. But I think that Nicki has to admit that was her fault because you weren't clear what you wanted out of the deal. You should have never been helping JT for free. Nicki, you have to know that everybody wants something from you, and I know that, and even that in itself can make a person be like, all right, a little paranoid.
Yeah, I think
So,
Nikki's also. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
I feel like Nikki's also just kind of living a little bit in the past from like when she was coming up a little bit. Like this is how things were done back then. I don't think that she's able to fully be like, okay, this is how things are being done now. Like I feel like she's having a hard time transitioning, and that's why she's crashing out, because she's like, I paid homage and I did this and I did that, but at the same time, she's having a hard time adjusting to all of this. That's kind of what I feel. And she's like, yeah, I paved the way, and why you guys aren't signing? Because I don't know, is it a 360 deal she signed when she came out or not?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
But I feel like whatever that was, she tried to then give it off to like an Ice Spice, and they were just like, well, we're already kind of established a little bit, and we really don't need you. So yeah, I don't know, and I hate the way that the Breakfast Club really tried to play her and like bring her up. Like if you're gonna have someone on there talk about that person, why bring up her? Like you guys know that was real messy. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, thank you for just pulling me out this depression and
No
everything. I really
problem,
needed
boo.
you. I
Yes,
really
laugh a
needed
little,
you.
have
You
some
didn't
fun.
listen.
Love you.
All right, love you too.
Bye. But I think, okay, so I think the issue with the Breakfast Club, and this is why I was so happy that I went over onto Angela Yee, because when they reported the story about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, it was very angled towards Nicki Minaj like attacking Cardi B, but they never mentioned that Cardi B went and attacked a Barb and insinuated that she would outsell Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj just responded to the fact that Cardi B didn't outsell her. So and then people were getting upset because I talked about that, but that was what started this whole beginning of the thing. And I think that's why I was so happy to get the opportunity to go to New York and do Angela Yee's show, because I'm like, they're not telling the full story. But I think people have gotten so accustomed to making Nicki the bad guy that we can jump in the middle of the story, grab the headline, and it's just going to work. But that's because these different jackets have been placed on her and she's not been able to shake them. And so all I'm saying in this is, let's not give more people that are not rooting for you but have big voices and a big platform more ammunition to keep piling more jackets of toxicity and negativity to you. We've got to find another way to get the point across without it making her look crazy. It just is what it is. Let's take another call. Hey, Kay, what's going on?
Armand.
Hey.
Hello. So honored to be here. First of all, the delusion for me comes with the strategy. Exactly what you just said. Why is she over here trying to expose the machine? And girl, you all on Twitter and Spaces, like, girl, this is not the way to do it. Like, there is a strategy, and this is not it. You're looking crazy, and that is not the whole message is getting missed, in my opinion. So I just don't, and I feel like the delusion, it also comes in when people don't see that. Like, girl, you're not supposed to move like this. Move differently. You can do the same thing different ways. That's all.
I think the messaging is it's not really about her being on Twitter. I think the messaging is getting missed because it's too much now. You do one day, 1 or 2 days, be quiet, go ghost, and then we start seeing results of what was happening. But like when it's a continuous thing and we don't understand, like, okay, so what is the end goal? Why is it on social media? What do you want us to do with this information?
Yes.
Are you just ranting, or like what
I
is
mean,
your plan?
thank you. The end goal. History has shown itself. Like they are going to silence truth tellers, girl. Like, girl, get a strategy, get a plan together, and stop looking crazy. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you, boo.
Yeah.
And I think that anybody that's a real fan or a real friend or real supporter would like to at least have a real conversation with, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's certain people that feel like we shouldn't be talking like this. We shouldn't be having these conversations. But this is what everybody's talking about. And sometimes you have to tell your people, okay, I get it. But girl, I'm with you, but we got to go and deliver this a different way.
Armand, I love
Hey,
you so
talk to me.
much. Hello. Can you
Hey,
hear
talk
me?
to me.
Can you hear me?
1098. Thank you. Nina Sky, talk to me. Nina? Okay, it's getting ghetto. We about to wrap up. Willow Parker, talk to me.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I believe that Nicki will never get any professional backing or a celebrity that has a good standing within the industry behind her back, or for them to stick her neck out for them because of her reputation already. She has already shown that she is a mean girl, that she is rude, and then she's been going at Jay-Z and Rock Nation and all these big powerhouses. And I feel like if I'm a celebrity and I'm trying to stand up for you, it would just make me look guilty by association, even like trying to stick up for you. So I don't think she'll ever get that backing that she needs. That's all.
Wow. So what do you think she can do about it? Like, are you a Nicki Minaj fan or not?
I don't take sides. I enjoy the music, but her as a person is kind of turned me off throughout the years. I'm not sure what she. Honestly, I just think it'll be a continuous loop for her because she does need someone to stand by her.
Do you believe her?
I believe her. I believe what she's showing now is like, I believe it's called reaction abuse, where, you know, people keep picking at you, but because the general public doesn't know what's going on behind the scenes, it just looks like she's like reacting out of nowhere. But I do believe her. I believe there are some things going on behind the scenes, and obviously the general public doesn't know about it, so to the general public, it just looked like she's lashing out.
And I'm gonna tell you why I believe her, because I think that if we take out our biases towards like this idea of her previous reputation or her reputation, whatever it is, you, me, as long as we live our life, we've all been in a situation where somebody has had us up. And when we want to tell it, we can't, because people are going to think that we're crazy. And we know damn well we're not crazy. So the fact that I know that I've been there, and I know 95% of us have been there in a workplace or in a social setting, I'm not going to sit up here and say she's crazy, because I know that's what people want you to think. They want you to believe that. And the thing is, we've all been in a situation where we feel like no one's going to believe me and I'm just going to look crazy. We've all been there.
Absolutely. And at least she's, you know, standing up for herself. That's the only thing she can really do. But I do believe she needs a different approach, because it's just going to keep going downhill if she keeps going on these crazy rants. I don't think she's crazy, but the rants it just looks a mess to the general public.
Thanks, Boo.
Thank you.
Jordan, talk to me.
Hey, Armand, can you hear me?
Hey.
I just think I am a Nicki fan, so people might think I'm biased, but I think at this point we can all see who is Nicki to trust. I think people have to stop saying that she is crashing out. Like when she gets on Twitter and I think she is trying to control the narrative of the game. When Nicki is like, when she came into the game, she already told everybody she wanted to be a mogul. She wanted to be Jay-Z status. And I think that comes with a different caliber of, I mean, just like heat. So I think the narrative in hip hop, it's been messed up for a while. I think that's why she created Radio. I think that's why she created her own music label.
Mm-hmm.
If we saying she don't have her own allies, she having to create her own lane. So, I mean, I feel like people forget about her dressing room being shot up or, allegedly. Her home is being swatted. So when she is on Twitter trying to control the narrative, now they're trying to say she is schizophrenic. The drug allegations didn't work.
No.
Now they're trying to say she's schizophrenic. They are trying to take away her credibility.
Yes. And that is why, but the allegation coming from a Cardi B is making it stick even more. That is why she has to do. Why do you think Drake went out and even though it got thrown out, but that certified lover boy, certified whatever, he playing with little girl, that pedophile allegation that Pusha T
Right.
and Kendrick Lamar put out on him in that diss record, Drake
Right.
was not going for that. Even though it got thrown out, he fought that like, wait, hold on. Because you don't want certain type of jackets put on you.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, I don't give a damn if it got thrown out or not. No, I'm not playing. I ain't do that. Don't even
Right.
joke with me like that.
Because look how the public was so quick to turn on Drake.
Don't play with me like that with no allegation like that.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. She can't let that ride.
Mm-hmm.
Because for people that don't like her, and when she speaks truth to power, by Cardi B saying that, she just gave the other side more ammo to dogpile on her when she's speaking her truth. Oh, don't worry about it. She's schizophrenic.
But if everybody is saying take it to court, I think that's why she is mentioning public opinion. You have to get the public opinion on your side, because at the end of the day, you cannot go to court and fail. Once you go to court, whatever the verdict is, that's the verdict. So if you want to win, people have to understand that you have to have the public opinion on your side. Like,
Why do you need the public? Why do you need the public?
I just think with big cases like this, with celebrities and stuff, I do think that public opinion matters. In my opinion.
Why would public opinion matter in a court of law?
I mean, I hear you, but I mean, the country is basically being run like a mafia right now. It's a lot going on. Like, I just think it's bigger than music. I think she wants to just make music, but once you start making a certain amount of money, I think things change. When you can control the narrative, if we saying Jay-Z run all this ish, then I think we have to understand that controlling the narrative is the whole point of this. It's the narrative. That's what the fight is about. It's about the narrative. And I think that Nicki Minaj, there is nobody else that has come out that has had the superstardom around the world that can go on Twitter and shake up the world other than Nicki Minaj or like a Jay-Z. So I think that the fight is about the narrative and what we listen to, music, culture. It's bigger than the music.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Wait, y'all got Akbar calling me. So wait, are y'all harassed? It wasn't Akbar. What's that? Girl, you got this lady calling me. Are y'all harassing Akbar and her bitches? Girl, stop trying to figure it out. It wasn't Akbar. Leave it alone. Y'all is crazy. It wasn't Akbar. Move on. Not y'all harassing Akbar. Okay, so boom. Robin, talk to me.
Hey, Armand, can you hear me?
Yes. What's going on?
So, I 100% stand with Nikki. It is always the black sheep of the family that tells no lies.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the world is lacking comprehension skills at the moment. And I need Nikki to understand that. Like
Yes.
when she tweets and these riddles and stuff, people don't know how to read between the lines. You gotta just tell it to them plain.
Well, girl, hold
Plain
on.
and simple.
I've been speaking to the choir. I've been saying that they've been trashing me. It's like, girl, just spit it out.
Right. Spit it out. That's it.
I've literally been saying that, and people have been trashing me for saying it. But I'm trying to say, girl, the math is the place where you're telling this story, the place where you're talking, girl, people are not getting it. People are not understanding. So it's helping add to this new narrative that just got put on you. But Nicki came out and said she does it the way she does it because she can. That was her response. So it's like, what are we supposed to do with that? Hello?
But I stand with her even still because can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Robin.
Okay. So, but I stand with her because, like I said, it's always the black sheep. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. But I stand with her because it is always the black sheep in the family that's going to spill all the secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether or not everybody want to receive it, that's on them. But she wants to spill all the secrets, and I'm listening. Tell it all. Because when I have these arguments with folks in my friend group, they're like, well, why she going for Rock Nation? Do you know all the scandals Rock Nation is involved in? To include Jay-Z? Why not? Why not? And Keisha Cole, however you say her name, I'm glad somebody finally came for her. Because she's been scamming for a while. I am personally somebody who has purchased from her fake makeup line.
Really?
Back in, it was about 2018, I purchased from her makeup line with her lipsticks with the glitter. You remember all of that?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to file a report with my bank because she did not send me my items for months.
Ooh.
So when they reached out to her, then she sent me some items, but it was not what she was putting on her lips. So I'm like, I'm glad somebody finally came for her scamming. I know I can't cut so your stuff, but you know.
Wow.
I'm glad somebody finally came for her because she is not for us. And as far as Cardi B, I'm tired of her throwing stones and hiding her hands. And I'm disappointed in Black women for standing up for her when she's been so disrespectful to the Black community for so long. And if Nicki would have got out of her riddles, they would have understood that Nicki wasn't necessarily trying to disrespect her children. She was just trying to point out the disrespect to the Black community where she birthed Black children. I don't know.
No,
that's just my take. I could go on for days.
No, listen. The riddles to me only that's Nicki's thing. I think that's stupid because I think that only adds to the other narratives because it's like you're putting this on social media, you're wanting social media to consume it, but everybody don't understand it. And then her fan base acts like they understand it, but half of them don't fucking get it. So it's easy to keep putting this crazy shit out there on you because it's like, girl, you're like, I don't know. She's doing what she wants to do the way she wants to do it. So we just got to sit back and see.
And I understand her lack of trust for the industry because she has literally they said she wasn't a girl's girl and she didn't want to show love to all the female artists coming up. So she did that and they all burned her. There's not one that she showed love to that did not in some way stab her in the back. So,
but at some point too, though, you have to learn from some of these lessons. Like we got at the same time, though, we have to also be accountable for our shortcomings and our lack of awareness. Like you got to learn a little bit too. Like it can't be everybody. Like there was a lesson in that each time.
So what do you think the lesson should have been?
I don't know, but in my mind, I feel like the lesson should have been she should have been upfront with the business part because she obviously wanted a business relationship, and these girls she needed, I think, like I said earlier, she needed to realize and know she is the Nicki Minaj. These girls didn't want to be your friend. These girls want your spot. Not like that, but they want your fans. They want your celebrity. They don't want to be, the backseat rider. They don't want to be part of the Nicki crew. They don't want to go beef with bitches that's below you. They want to be Nicki. They want to be the star. They want to be the headliner. They don't want to open up for you forever. They will play the game to get to the spot, but eventually they want to be the opening act. They want to be the closing act. And I think she was looking for a crew and she was going to be the queen. But every girl that she came across, they wanted to be the queen, low key. That's why it didn't work.
I feel like Nicki will always be the queen of her era. And I felt like she was trying to pass the torch to these females. Them with
Robin. Okay, she gone. Thank you, boo. Ooh. Shania, let's see who we got. The Faith Factor, amen. Let's go in. What are we talking about?
Oh my goodness. Hey, Armand, I am so happy to be on here. I love you.
What are we talking about, Faith Factor?
Armand, let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Nicki, she is not the brightest bulb out here. I think you guys are giving her a little bit too much of what she don't already have it. You see what I'm saying? She needs people around her to advise her, but she's not listening to anybody. Now, that part of what Cardi said about her not listening to people around her, I can believe it. She's too much of a diva. But on the other hand, she will have to get somebody on her side. But the question is, who can she trust? I mean, she's pretty much burnt all her bridges with everybody.
Well, and I think that's what also you guys are. I mean, the people were like getting upset with me for, because I was like, well, who you said, who can she trust? There should have been no way that Cardi B knew that something was going on with that American Express.
Exactly.
And then a week later, we know something's going on with the American Express. Like, girl, what is the tea?
So before she can go out there and fight any battles, she first has to clean up house.
Yeah.
Figure out who it is that she can trust. And then she can set her little game, pieces into play. But right now, she can't do anything right now because there's nobody that she can really look at and say, okay, this is the person that I can go to, because everybody has that knife out ready to stab her in the back right about now.
Yes. And I think now people are, really leaning into the things that Cardi B said on that day, because there was a little bit of validity to that American Express.
Yes.
So it's like, well, was everything else true? Like, you get what I'm saying? So people are leaning in on that. And guess what happens? They get to go bask away and, promote her album and act like nothing's happening. And it just looks like, woo, it's a whirlwind of mess now with Nicki Minaj.
Oh,
and everybody's scrambling to clean it up. That's what I'm saying. We don't want to look like we just lost the plot.
But now, because I'm gonna have to get off here because my hubby just walked through the door.
Okay.
But I do want to say this one thing. Now, Cardi B is getting ready to crash out her damn self. I don't know if you have seen. Have you seen any of the videos where she's on here copping pleas? Oh, I'm a victim. It was just me and the Barty gang against the world. And oh, woe is me. Everybody is just misunderstanding me. Now she's misunderstood, and she just
I didn't see none of that. When was this?
Oh my God. I hate to drop other YouTubers' names.
Okay, well, don't do that.
Yeah, but I'll just leave it in the back. But you go and watch that video. She has the actual video and the actual how can I say the audio of Cardi B, copping pleas and trying to gain sympathy. And I'm just like, if you listen to it, I want you to really do some commentary on this too, Armand, because I'm really interested to get your point of view on it, because you're not going to be biased like everybody else. That's one of the reasons why I did come to this channel.
Thank you. Because my thing is this, I don't have a dog in the fight. Some people, If they're in the camp, you're only gonna hear one way. If they absolutely hate the artist, you're only gonna hear one way. And for me, I'm in the middle. I'm Team Armand over here. I don't give a damn either way. Because ain't neither one of them paying my bills. You feel me? So I'm here to have the conversations amongst the people and what everybody is saying. So if you're Cardi B, Nicki, general public, whatever, everybody can come up here and say how they feel, because this is where this is what the conversation is. It's not just this one-sided hate train or this one-sided I love you. It's like, girl, what are the people saying on all sides?
Facts. Well, Armand, you doing it better than everybody else at this point. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I'll holler back at you later. I'm out.
All right, bye. And you know what? I think I'm out too. All right, you all. So we'll be back. So tomorrow there'll be a Queen Radio. Queen Radio will be at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So I think, what time is that my time? About 8 o'clock. So immediately following after that, we will be going live, getting into some things, okay? So I love y'all all. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We may hit it on Spaces as well, but I want to appreciate each and every one of you guys. And two guys, I also want to say, listen, I love our community here. That is a part of our community. We talk fast, we read, I cut y'all off, y'all cut me off, we get into it. That's what makes it interesting. So I want to shout out to everybody that comes in, that's brave enough to call in. They deal with me cutting them off, hanging up, and you guys don't take it personal, because that's how we do it over here. It's family time, but we got to keep the show moving. So I love y'all all for being troopers. We have a good time. Don't take nothing personal. It's the cool vibe. Also, I have a feature coming out with my homeboy Tokyo. It is called Silly. So it is going to come out, I think, Thursday. So it should be an interesting week. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. He asked me to be on the record. So, I went over there and had a little fun with him. Y'all were saying, why was y'all saying this man look like Kirk Franklin? But anyway, so yeah, it's his record. I'm featured on the record. We had some fun on the record. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. It's a little boppity bop. And yeah, so we'll be streaming that this weekend as well. So I'll see you all next week. Not next week, tomorrow. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be getting silly this week too. So I love you all. Peace out.